Please be seated. That certainly got us off to a good start, didn't it? My gracious. Thank you so much. I am Bill Lennon. It gives me great pleasure as chair of the trustees of Western Piedmont Community College to welcome you today for this celebration of our newest graduates. It's an honor and a pleasure to be with each of you here today. It's my privilege to stand before this talented group. The 2019 graduating class of Western Piedmont Community College. Graduates, I would like to offer a word of thanks to you because we, including the trustees, the administration, the faculty and staff of Western Piedmont Community College, know that you have made an important decision and a commitment to attend Western Piedmont, and I want to thank you for choosing WPCC. We know that this was a decision you did not take lightly. It involved making a choice that probably took some time to develop for you, a choice that required you to use resources that you may not have had or may not have planned to use, a choice that might have required continuing employment while attending classes, and one that probably kept you from enjoying Burke County days with friends and family. You chose to attend Western Piedmont Community College. That choice by you has given us purpose, and that choice gives us energy, and that choice will give all in the Western Piedmont family the determination to help you and future students learn, grow, and succeed, just as you have proven today. That proof, you are here today in this moment, you made it. You did it. Congratulations to you. Thank you for this opportunity to be with you, and thank you for providing the inspiration to see and watch what is possible. To share with you today as your future starts here and now from this very place today. There is no doubt in our minds that the decision you made to attend Western Piedmont will take you to the next step where you will find opportunity, leverage employability, and provide a foundation to live life to its fullest, and I believe so with God's blessings. You will experience a new world just around the corner where impossible becomes possible, where possible becomes probable, and probable turns into reality. For a large part of your time at Western Piedmont, we have used the slogan, "Yes, you can." You found your way to that beautiful, scenic hilltop campus. You worked, you succeeded, and somehow balanced studies, home responsibilities, and for a number of you, employment as well. You are truly champions to me. Know that over the many years following, the careers you choose will require change and even more in skills and experience. Take comfort in knowing that Western Piedmont will be here to welcome you home to the Pioneer campus, whether on visits or to sharpen your skills for continued success. As we celebrate in this place today, I encourage you to live life your way. Realize that journey that starts from here today takes you to the edge of a new beginning. In some ways, I feel like I'm part of this graduating class because on this particular weekend, across our state and country, so many colleges and universities are celebrating graduations. Yesterday, I made a quick trip to my 50th graduation, seeing old friends, and then driving back to be with you this morning. And it struck me why it was so important to be here this morning for this graduation, because yesterday was great for me, but it was the past. Today is the present, and out there is the future. And I would say, looking here, that future is quite bright. So celebrate this day. Go forward in confidence. Be a proud alum of Western Piedmont. Our future here in Western North Carolina requires your best, as does your family who love and support you. When you can, give something back and pay life and God's blessings and rewards forward when and as you can. Be an active alumnus and supporter of Western Piedmont in the years ahead. Welcoming you this day is truly one of my highest life honors. Congratulations, class of 2019. Let's get going. It's now my pleasure to welcome Isaiah Gordon, President of the Student Body and Student Trustee, to the lectern.
Well, welcome friends, family, and graduates. First, can I say, we did it. We've made it. Now, I try and keep to the principle of KISS, keep it simple, stupid. So in saying that, I'll be short, sweet, and to the point. Now, over spring break, I pondered, trying to figure out what small piece of advice I could share with you all in this short amount of time that I have. Something that we can take away from here and use in the challenge called life that each one of us face, while also reflecting on all the accomplishments and all the things that we've done to get here. And all I could think of was to stop. Take a look around you at this very moment. See where you are. Look to your left and to your right. Look at your family sitting in the back. Look at all of us here up on stage. Now that moment is gone, just like that. That very moment will never be repeated throughout the rest of history. You see, each precious moment is like a gust of wind. And if you listen and pay attention, then you can hear it coming. And when it's there, you can enjoy it. But once it leaves, it's gone. You see, the same thing is like moments in our life. Most of them just happen per chance. An afternoon with friends, a family member's birthday party, an evening walk with our significant other, or a conversation with our grandparents. Today is also an example of one of those moments. Unknown to us, we've been preparing for this day ever since we first set foot on Western Piedmont. Every book, every class, every assignment, every late night, and every exam has brought us to this moment. So as we're getting ready to walk across this stage and accept the diploma that each one of us has strived to obtain, reflect on your experiences here at Western Piedmont and look to the future. Look to the goals that each one of you have. I'll leave you with a quote by Kurt Vonnegut that kind of sums up the point that I'm trying to make. Enjoy the small things, the small moments in life, because when we look back, we will realize that they truly were the biggest moments. So congratulations, class of 2019.
Thank you, Isaiah. My name is Michael Helmick. I am the president of Western Piedmont Community College, and I too would like to add my personal greetings to the audience and to the graduates, and welcome everyone to the annual spring graduation ceremony at Western Piedmont Community College. This morning, we are gathered to honor the students of the graduating class of 2019, those students whose desire for learning and aspirations for a better life led them to enroll at Western Piedmont. Before we proceed with the ceremony, I want to recognize several individuals who are here this morning to participate in this annual celebration of student achievement. First, a group of very dedicated and supportive individuals who give so unselfishly of their time and energy to Western Piedmont, our Board of Trustees. If you would stand as I call your name. First, Mr. Bill Lennon, Chair of the Trustees. Mr. Bruce Hawkins, past trustee chair, Mr. Ronnie Thompson, Mr. Rodney L. Harrelson, Ms. Amy Kincaid, Mr. Malone McNeely, Mr. Jonathan Mercer, Mr. Lamar Smitherman, and Isaiah Gordon, who is our student trustee. Please join me in showing your appreciation for these individuals. Thank you. Next, I would like to acknowledge the administration of the college, the deans and the senior administration who work so well together to ensure the efficient operation of the institution. The senior staff of Western Piedmont, please stand as I call your names and remain standing. Ms. Sandy Hoylman, Vice President of Administrative Services. Ms. Rhea Crawford, Vice President of Academic and Student Success. Ms. Kathy Durham, Executive Assistant to the President and Trustee Liaison. Kathy is not on stage, but she is helping in the auditorium. The college deans, Mr. Michael Daniels, Health, Engineering, and Applied Technology. Ms. Anne Marie McNeely, Dean of Arts and Sciences. Mr. Lee Kaiser, Dean of Workforce Development and Continuing Education. Ms. Susan Williams, Dean of Student Services. Mr. Jim Coleman, Dean of Information Technology. Let's give these dedicated Western Piedmont Community College administrators a hand. Next, a group of individuals without whom we could not operate the college. You may not be aware that Western Piedmont consistently outperforms many of the other North Carolina community colleges on the mandated performance measures, and our surveys indicate that our students are pleased with the education they receive and consistently recommend us to their friends and family. Western Piedmont is a college of excellence because we have the best, most dedicated faculty and staff of any college that I know. We do not say thank you enough to these individuals, so please join me in thanking the faculty and staff of Western Piedmont Community College as they stand to receive your applause. Thank you all. You may be seated. Finally, while I'm expressing my gratitude to those individuals who figure so prominently in our college, I want to thank those individuals who are not on stage but made what goes on up here possible. Please help me thank the staff who helped make this graduation event happen, the Student Services staff. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our speaker for the morning, Ms. Mary Beach Shuping. Every year at graduation, it is my duty to introduce the speaker. And this year, it is a special pleasure for me to provide this introduction because it is somebody I have known and admired since she first came to the North Carolina Community College system. Mary Beach Shuping joined the North Carolina Community College System office as Director of Government Relations in September of 2012. She is a native of Burke County and a Freedom High School graduate. She began her undergraduate career at Western Piedmont Community College before transferring to North Carolina State and completing her bachelor's degree at North Carolina Wesleyan College. She later enrolled at the North Carolina Central University School of Law evening program, where she was senior editor of the North Carolina Central Law Journal and a magna cum laude graduate. Prior to coming to the system office, she was the education director for the North Carolina State Ethics Commission, teaching ethics and lobbying laws to elected and appointed state officials. Ms. Shuping practiced law with the firm of Allen, Penix, and Nichols in Raleigh, and worked with the North Carolina General Assembly for almost 10 years, staffing various legislative committees and commissions, and as a policy advisor and counsel to the House Speaker's Office. Since joining the North Carolina Community College System Office, Mary has been a tireless advocate for students, advocating for improved community college funding and better legislation to support students' needs. She has developed an incredible relationship with all of the legislative delegations in Raleigh, and I know that I can tell you that she is respected by all of our state senators and representatives. In her tenure with the community college system, Mary has been at the forefront of such controversial issues like concealed handguns on college campuses, voter ID using college identifications, student residency requirements, and legislation permitting high school students to attend college at no tuition cost. I can confidently say that the North Carolina community colleges are better today because of the work that Mary Shuping has done on our behalf. Western Piedmont has no better friend in Raleigh than Mary Shuping. As I mentioned earlier, Mary is a Burke County native. She is married to Alan Shuping, who is also a Burke County native, and her mother, Ms. Shirley Beach, as well as her husband's family, still reside in Morganton. Mary's husband and mother are in the audience today, so please help me welcome to the lectern Ms. Mary Beach Shuping.
Good morning. I cannot begin to convey what an honor and privilege it is to be part of your celebration today. I want to first thank Dr. Michael Helmick for the invitation to address you, as well as the trustees, faculty, and staff here at Western Piedmont Community College. Western Piedmont is my home college, and I hope you take great pride in being part of the Western Piedmont family. Congratulations, class of 2019, you made it. The papers are written, the tests are taken, and today is an opportunity to step back, reflect on, and celebrate your achievements. In this fast-paced world of texting and tweeting, work and school, family and friends, it is rare that we take the time to step back and reflect on life, and more importantly today, our accomplishments. Today, we are celebrating a significant milestone in your life's journey. Whether you plan to continue your education, start your first career, or embark on a new career. However, whether you're starting your life's journey or whether you're already down the road, graduation is only one point in that journey. And the one thing I can assure you is that no matter how planned out your life's journey is, there will be a lot of twists and turns along the way. So today is my very first commencement address. In trying to prepare for this, I sought the advice of my boss, Community College System President Peter Hans, who said, well, you can't go wrong with 3 or 4 pieces of big life advice using your personal examples. Wow, there's no pressure there. Fortunately, I've had a few decades to draw on, and with some things I've learned and am still learning, because I am not very good at taking my own advice, that I would like to share with you as you embark on the next steps in your life's journey. Number 1, you need to get out of your own way. When I first began working full-time, I would have never ever believed I could even get into law school, much less graduate and pass the bar. At that point, I hadn't even finished my undergraduate degree. Let's just say that in my earlier years, I had been less than a stellar student because, in part, I didn't believe I was smart enough to be academically successful. To get out of your own way, you have to overcome anxiety and self-doubt. We all experience them. It's just part of being human. But as I have tried to learn over the years with varying degrees of success, you can't let them control you. You would not be sitting here today if you did not have the ability to succeed. But you have to be willing to get out of your own way and to get out of your comfort zone and put yourself out there even when you're scared. One of the things that has helped me most when I'm anxious is reminding myself that other people are successfully doing the exact same thing that is causing me anxiety and feeding my self-doubt. To get out of your own way, you must also fight the fear of failure. Now, I'm not talking about failure itself. Many very successful people have failed before succeeding. I'm talking about the fear of failure. The fear of failure keeps you from trying. One thing is certain, if you don't try, you will fail. Not because you can't do something, but worse, because you were afraid to even try. One of my biggest fears of failure came at the end of my law school career, the bar exam. Months of preparation, my entire career resting on the success or failure of one 2-day exam. For those of you who don't know, the names of candidates who pass are posted on a website. So if your name isn't there, everyone knows you didn't make it. After the first day of the exam, I was sure I had failed. 4 years of my life wasted with nothing to show for it. That night around 3 a.m., I seriously contemplated not going back for day 2. But I knew that if I didn't, it was certain failure. Even though everyone, family, friends, and coworkers would know that I failed, I couldn't allow myself to make failure a self-fulfilling prophecy. The next morning, I got up, threw on my clothes, and finished the exam. 6 weeks later, I learned I passed the bar. Facebook's Sheryl Sanders says that don't let your fears overwhelm your desire. Let the barriers you face, and there will be barriers, be external, not internal. Your life's goals, after you leave here today and beyond, are too important to let obstacles of your own making hold you back. Number 2, surround yourself with people who will push you out of your own way. Sometimes that nagging voice of self-doubt and fear needs someone else to knock it out of the way. Sometimes you need someone to push you out of your comfort zone for you to know what you are capable of doing. It was only as I began to work that my coworkers, who at the time were attorneys, pushed me to finish my undergraduate degree and apply to law school. The people I worked with early in my career saw something in me that I could not, and perhaps never would, see in myself. They supported and pushed me, but they weren't the only ones. I had a very supportive family, especially my husband, who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And trust me, he put up with a lot. The man is a saint. Make sure you have those people in your life, whether it's family, friends, coworkers, or others. You also need mentors. Oprah Winfrey says it best. A mentor is someone who allows you to see hope inside yourself. In almost every job I've had, I had a mentor. Someone who was willing to take the time to help me. These were people who were good at their jobs and who I admired, not only for their professional abilities, but also for the way they conducted themselves, both personally and professionally. Find those people in school and at work. And by the way, if anyone tells you you can't do something, you push them out of your way. Number 3, perseverance is your best friend. Even after I was accepted to law school, I wasn't sure I could cut it. I remember all too vividly the night after I took my first exam. I had read all the cases, made a meticulous outline of the rules and exceptions, wrote my own flashcards. I was prepared, or so I thought. I took the exam and discussed the answers to the essay with other classmates. They didn't have the same conclusions I did. I got in my car, determined to hold back the tears until I got home. My husband was out of town, and I called him and sobbed. I failed. I'm quitting. I'm not smart enough to do this. Remember that self-doubt and fear of failure? He said something that was supposed to be helpful. It was not, and I hung up on him. For some reason, we are still married. The next day, I told those coworkers who had been so supportive that I failed the exam. That night, I went to my advisor and told her I didn't think I was cut out for law school. The next week, the exam grades were posted and I did just fine. Good thing I didn't quit. While I quickly realized this was going to be harder than anything I had ever done, I decided to stay the course. Every weekend I studied, I refused to give up. This scenario played out again and again every semester until I graduated. Psychologist Angela Lee Duckworth has done numerous studies on what makes someone successful. She has identified one characteristic, and it's not what you might think. It's not IQ or test score. It's not about how many degrees or certificates you have. It's not physical health or good looks. It's not any of the traditional predictors of success. It's grit. Grit is passion and perseverance for long-term goals. Grit is having stamina. Grit is sticking with your future day in and day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years. Grit is living life like a marathon and not a sprint. I cannot overstate the importance of grit, whether it's in academics, career, or life. I don't believe any of the successes I have had are the result of extraordinary intellect or aptitude. They are due to grit. And the confidence I have gained from using perseverance to overcome challenges is far more valuable than any degree on my resume. When failures happen or when barriers are in the way, and both will happen, you have to persevere, you have to have grit. Finally, number 4, civility. In an era when civil discourse is the exception rather than the rule, it's all too easy to hide behind the anonymity of social media and to say things you likely, hopefully, would never say directly to someone. Don't get me wrong, I am a big fan of social media. I get a lot of information from both my personal and professional life from Twitter, for example. Yet today's society is more polarized than ever. We see it in our national institutions, and I have observed it in my job at the state legislature. There's a quote from U.S. District Court Judge Richard Story that sums it up well. Exhibiting genuine compassion for others can be transforming for us, as well as for those around us. We do not always have to agree, but if we can convey a respect for a differing view, then we can begin to turn down the heat and build relationships, not destroy them. As you move to the next phase of your life, remember to exhibit kindness, respect, and civility. In conclusion, I know that nothing I've shared with you this morning is particularly enlightening or new. But time has taught me that even things simple in concept are often difficult in practice. Sometimes we need to hear them over and over again. So as you embark on your future, remember to get out of your own way, surround yourself with people who will push you out of your own way, have grit in everything you do, and practice kindness in all parts of your life. If you do these 4 things, you will surprise yourself at what you can accomplish. Class of 2019, congratulations, and thank you again for inviting me.
Hey, graduates. Congratulations. Welcome to your family and friends who are here to celebrate these educational milestones. In addition to recognizing our graduates each year, we also recognize an outstanding instructor who has demonstrated extraordinary efforts as a teacher. This award recipient is also recognized for exceptional service to the profession, to the college, and the community, as well as for noteworthy involvement with students and incorporation of innovative teaching techniques. The Excellence in Teaching Award was established by the Western Piedmont Foundation in 1986 to honor a member of the full-time faculty nominated by his or her own peers and students. The recipient of this distinguished award will receive a plaque, a medallion to wear at all future Western Piedmont graduation ceremonies, and a financial award provided by the Western Piedmont Foundation. The instructor being honored today receives high marks from students. One student stated that this instructor challenges me to learn and think on my own. Another student remarks that the instructor's class is the best of all courses throughout my entire school career. Yet another student states, I signed up for another course due to this professor's outstanding teaching abilities. And finally, one student describes this instructor best as simply an excellent teacher. Our honoree adapts teaching methods to ensure that every student is included in the learning experience. Our noteworthy recipient also collects compliments from peers. A nomination letter from a colleague states that this instructor has consistently demonstrated and advocated for a student-centered approach in the roles of instructor, advisor, faculty mentor, and committee member. This instructor is always available for students and responds quickly when students request assistance. Critical thinking is central to this instructor's curriculum. Another colleague describes this instructor as constantly seeking solutions for challenges that students and faculty may face. And another fellow educator states that this recipient is the best friend, colleague, and supervisor I have had in my professional career. Our honorees' stated philosophy is to make quality contributions in this world, to live a balanced life, to lead by example, and to apply ethics and reason towards making a difference. To offer a snapshot of the accomplishments and contributions made by this individual, here's a list of just a few. He received the John D. Ferrari Doctoral Scholarship at Catholic University of America and the Cratus D. Williams Thesis Research Grant at Appalachian State University. He was the chapter president of Phi Alpha Theta and won the History Award at the University of South Carolina, Spartanburg. He conducted workshops and trainings on gen ed assessment, developing program outcomes, and academic assessment. At Western Piedmont, he served on the President's Council, the Planning Council, the Institutional Assessment Outcomes Committee, Curriculum and Academic Standards Committee, Budget Planning Council, Human Resources Committee, and the Program Review Committee. He's also chaired the Gen Ed Committee for the SAC COC Accreditation Report, chaired the General Education Committee, chaired the Assessment Working Group, and twice chaired the Faculty Staff Council. Today's recipient now joins an illustrious group at Western Piedmont Community College who provide leadership, not in just the art and science of teaching, but also the heart. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce the recipient of the 2019 Western Piedmont Foundation Excellence in Teaching Award is my very dear friend, Mr. Mark Pellet.
Now for what we're here for. I now ask the candidates for graduation to please stand. President Helmick, I'm honored to speak on behalf of the faculty of Western Piedmont Community College to present to you these candidates for graduation. I certify that these persons have fulfilled the graduation requirements for their respective programs of study as prescribed by the college and the North Carolina Community College system, and recommend that you confer upon them the degrees and diplomas for which they have qualified.
Candidates, you have prepared for the next stage in your lives by completing a prescribed program of study. Whether you choose to continue your formal education at a four-year college or university, continue employment in your chosen field, or begin employment in a new career, you will be faced with the challenge of adjusting to a constantly changing world in the 21st century. Our world continues to become more complex, requiring that we master the technological, scientific, and humanistic skills which contribute to the development of our society. The foundation you have received in general education will enable you to think critically, to reason logically, and to judge wisely both in your careers and in your daily lives. Western Piedmont Community College has prepared you well for whatever path you choose. But I urge you to remember that your education is not ending, it is just beginning. Make a commitment at this ceremony to become lifelong learners and continually hone the skills that you have obtained in your time here. Now, with the exception of the first row, the graduates may be seated. The graduates will come forward as their names are called to receive their degrees and diplomas. And as a special request, I ask that the audience members respect the solemnity of the ceremony and treat all graduates with dignity and respect during the upcoming conferring of degrees. Now the first of our deans will come to the lectern as we begin presenting our awards.
Division of Arts and Sciences, candidates for the degree of Associate in Arts. Ashley Brown Absher. Evan M. Anders. Summer Chanel Boughton. Malia Carswell. Madeline Elizabeth Dunbar. Isaiah Mark Gordon, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Sabrina Elizabeth Heiss, Phi Theta Kappa, Honors. Catherine E. Jarvis. Alicia Magdalena Mejia Mendoza. Trent Augustus Price, Phi Theta Kappa, Honors. Jessica Saucedo Andrade. Courtney Sudreth, High Honors. Jordan Cross Towery, High Honors. Peter S. Vu. candidate for the degree of Associate in Fine Arts, Drama. Walter Avery Petit, Honors. Candidate for the degree of Associate in Fine Arts, Visual Arts, Esmeralda Macias, Honors. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Science, Josue J. Cardona Lopez, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Caitlin Crisp. Jessica Sandra Day, Phi Theta Kappa. Amos W. Griffin, Honors. Kermit Brandon Hallman. Jordan Cole Johnson. Kenyon Johnson. Savannah Tracy Coulshar, Burke Collegiate Scholar, Honors. Maria Mateo Miguel. Amber Ray Louise McCall. Jacob Robert Stanton, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Noah R. Suttles. Sydney Turner. Punjai Vang. Brandon Robert Wiseman. Jimmy K. Zong.
Division of Applied Technologies. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science. Medical Assisting, Monica L. Castro Mendez. Kendra D. Denny, Phi Theta Kappa Honors. Michaela D. Hall. Heather S. Moretz. Victoria A. Reed. Kristen Page Smith. Angela X. Tao. Alejandra C. Tuila, Honors. Amber D. Williams. Mackenzie E. Willis, Honors. Medical Laboratory Technology, Shauna L. Kilgore. Laura Susan Marley Trotter, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Malika Makubwa, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Sarah Catherine Robbins. Recreational Therapy Assistant, Tiffany Bentley, High Honors. Stacy Freeman. Brittany K. Kaler, Honors. Haley Elizabeth Snyder. Candidates for diploma: medical assisting, Ashley M. Bradshaw. Brittany N. Page. Mi Yang.
Division of Workforce Continuing Education. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Tiffany Breanne Austin. Samantha Benatti. Stephanie Borospi. Melanie K. Bollinger. Haley Nicole Bumgarner. Hannah Brooke Clark, Phi Theta Kappa. Zarani Althea M. Collado, Phi Theta Kappa. Melissa C. R. Collett. Whitney Ballou Curtis. Kaylee Marie Huffman, Phi Theta Kappa, Honors. Grace Noel Inglis. King Lee. Angela S. McElrath. Chesla Nicole Miller.
Chelsea Green Moses, Phi Theta Kappa. Rebecca L. Patton. Juliana Perez. Valerie Marie Pierce. Arlie Price III. Matthew Calvin Ryan. Maria Clarette Rodriguez. Jody Stamey. Ha Ying Tao, Phi Theta Kappa. Macy Triplett. Logan J. Ward, Phi Theta Kappa. Stephen Kyle Watson. Candidates for diploma: dental assisting, Lauren McKenzie Brookshire, High Honors. Jessica Gwen Carson, High Honors. Kenzie Shantae Miller, Honors. Stephanie Proxon. Yurixa Rangel, High Honors. Taylor Brooke Schull, Honors. Lily Beth Stamper, Honors.
Uribe Rojo, high honors. Pa Li Vu, high honors. Rocio Velasco Whitworth, honors. Brittany Lee Wilhide, honors. Sharita Quante Williams.
One of the interesting things about Western Piedmont is how many people in this area have a connection with the college. I suspect we have many proud Western Piedmont Community College graduates here today, and I think it would be great to see how many of those past graduates are in the audience. So before the graduating class of 2019 is officially presented, I ask all persons in the audience who are Western Piedmont Community College alumni to honor our new graduates by standing. So if you graduated from Western Piedmont, let's see you stand up. If you all would remain standing, if the alumni would remain standing while the graduates are presented, I would appreciate it. That's quite a legacy for this college. Will the Western Piedmont Community College class of 2019 please rise? This is where we make it official. And now, by the authority vested in me by the trustees of Western Piedmont Community College, the North Carolina Community College System, and the state of North Carolina, and in recognition of the completion of your prescribed programs of study and all other requirements of Western Piedmont Community College, I take great pleasure in hereby conferring your degrees and diplomas to you, together with all rights and privileges. Graduates, the tassel on your mortarboard is currently on the right, which is the traditional location for students who have not completed their degree. Degree completers wear their tassels on the left. We degree completers would like to ask you to join us in our ranks. So please raise your left hand. Okay, your other left hand. Left hand. Grasp the end of the tassel and move it to the left, signifying your acceptance into the ranks of degree completers. Graduates, you are officially recognized as the Western Piedmont graduating class of 2019. Audience, if you are not already, please stand and applaud our new graduates. If the audience will please be seated and remain seated for the recessional. Thank you.